What's going on, Jazz Nation? Oh, it feels so good to be back. I'm back from vacation, and now it is time, ladies and gentlemen, to get ready for the 2022 season. Man, I'm pumped. Man, I'm excited. And we're less than 3 months away, ladies and gentlemen. Season begins on October 19th, so we ain't got no time to waste. That's why we're coming out with daily videos from this day until the season starts. And then the live streams, that's when the real fun begins. But the fun begins now because we got to start looking forward to the 2022 future NBA championship title run where it all begins right here. And it's important because there's not a lot the Utah Jazz can do here in free agency. Not a lot. With the Supermax extensions with Donovan and Rudy Gobert last offseason, it's really tough to really do anything. That's why this draft is so important. We're going to dive into it, guys. But before we do, make sure to smash up the like button if you're excited for the Jazz Huddle to be back. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button, guys. We're going to be coming out with daily Utah Jazz coverage from now until October 19th when the season gets underway and the Jazz begin the 2022 title run. I've never felt more confident. Listen, we got to just make the right moves here. And there's a lot to talk about this offseason. A lot. I took my vacation. Blake took his. Now we're back and we are ready for the season to begin. I'm already ready. I'm already excited. I don't even remember playing the Clippers. I forgot about that. I actually had not forgotten about that. I sit in my room crying about that still. A little bit. We don't need to talk about that, though. The point is it's time to break down to what's coming up in this draft because, ladies and gentlemen, this is such a huge step in the right direction for the Utah Jazz. Last summer, I remember me and Blake, we had talked about making the channel and everything, and we were watching the pick of Azubuike together. And we were like, what? That wasn't the right choice. And I think we all know that was not the right choice over McDaniels, over some other guys that perform much better. He was hurt all year, but he just, in my opinion, doesn't fit our system. But there's a couple guys, as we're going to get into here, that do fit our system. And then I believe, Blake believe, and other Jazz fans believe we should draft. So we're just going to break down right into it. I've got a couple on my phone. I got a couple in my head. We're just going to start out. We're going to start out right here with Quentin Grimes from Houston. I talk about the Utah Jazz and Quentin Grimes. Talk about something that would mesh together like quick. He's such a great three-point shooter, Grimes. I mean, I don't know how many of you'll watch the March Madness tournament. That man is a straight shooter. That man is a straight shooter, and that's exactly what the Utah Jazz are. You saw they led the league in three-pointers made, three-pointers shot, three-point percentage. You can go on and on and on and on and on about how great of a three-point shooting team we were. And that would only add to it. The only, downside is that we really don't need to add that part of the game. But there's some guys that we're going to be looking at that more. But that's number one. That's kind of like not the number one guy, but one guy that we can look at in a sense. Now, that's kind of just a throw in there because I really have three. And we're going to start with it right now. Here's my long shot. The Jazz would have to trade up in the 30th pick and give up a piece, which honestly I wouldn't mind if it was like Derek Favors or Georges Niang. But we would have to, trade up to get this guy, Davion Mitchell. Talk about 2D Mitches on the Jazz. Talk about defensive energy. Y'all watch that Baylor March Madness run? My goodness. That man, not only does he spread the floor well on offense and is a great passer and just runs the offense so smoothly and could really learn under the direction of someone like Mike Conley, of course, if he signs in free agency with us, which we'll be diving into over the next couple of days, probably tomorrow or a video that comes out on draft day or the day after that. But Davion Mitchell, man, he's someone with that defensive intensity and, could make a big defensive stop, when we're blowing a 25-point lead in the most important game in 11 years. If you watch that Baylor March Madness run, y'all know what I'm talking about. Just his defensive energy, his effort. He's slated to go around top 10, top 15. But if he's still on the board at 13, 14, or 15, and I'm the Jazz GM, I'm getting on my phone, and I'll say, hey, trade up. take favorites, take Niang. We'll throw Niang in. We'll pay you to take Niang. You know, whatever it may be. That's what we got to do. I'm telling you. Davion Mitchell would have an instant impact on this team. And I know it's a long shot, and I said that. But when you talk about instant impact right away, could help elevate the Jazz defense to another level, that's a guy you got to go out there and look at getting. And I'm not saying it's going to happen. That's more one of the, like, unrealistic ones. But at the same time, I truly, truly believe that this is someone you got to go after. Another guy, Ayo Dosunmu from Illinois. I know Blake is very high on Ayo, and so am I. I really think that Ayo is one of those point guard, shooting guard, combo guard, if that's what you want to call it, that, again, can learn under the direction of Mike Conley, and that's why it's so important that Mike Conley stays. But there's also a downside of when Mike Conley stays. But again, we'll save that for another day, another video. He averaged 20 points per game this past season. Taking notes on my phone, 20 points per game. He's a great playmaker. And his athleticism also really shines in this game. I don't know how many of you guys watch college basketball. I am a huge fan of college basketball. I know, we don't really talk about that a lot here on the channel. But I loved watching his game at Illinois, even though I'm a Michigan fan. He's just one of those instant impact players, and he can torch it any second. He's one of those guys that can just start a big run. And I'm really high on the learning under Mike Conley, and I really feel like he could be huge for us. He's also a good rebounder. And you all know that is something that I emphasize here all the time. We gotta get rebounds. We have gotta get rebounds. He'll go up and out rebound you. I'm gonna tell you straightforward. He will go up and out rebound you. You watch some of his film, you watch some of his highlights, you watch whatever. That man is a great rebounder. He's a great rebounder. I'd say he's my third. So I definitely Davion 2. Ayo 3. Number 1, Quentin Grimes is 5. I'm going to give my number 4 last for a reason. Like my number 4 thing on what happens on the Jazz draft night. Number 1 is Sharife Cooper. There's no question about it. Whether we get him or not, I think he's one of those guys that, again, is going to be tough to get. I think he goes late teens or early 20s. But my gosh, talk about my favorite player coming in from this draft, Sharife Cooper. Oh my God, bro. If we get Sharife Cooper, man, it's over. It's over. I'm letting y'all know he's our point guard of the future. We get him. And that's something that I've stressed about. You know what? We've been talking a lot about, should Mike Conley say? Some people want Conley, some people don't. I'm in the middle. I haven't even made up my mind yet. Some of me wants him, but some of me also realizes the downfalls of, paying him. Because he's not going to just stay for free. If we can get him for a good deal, absolutely. But if we got to pay him a crap ton of money, I don't know. But Sharife Cooper, man. Just the playmaking, the speed, the athleticism. Just everything about his game translate to a young superstar in this league. That's a bold take. Not many of y'all are going to agree with me on that. Sharife Cooper has what it takes to be a borderline superstar in this league. You put him under the direction of Mike Conley, an all-star point guard for first couple of years. Conley's in 2-3 year contract. If he re-signs with us, expires, he takes over. And he's got 2-3 more years to compete the title push with Donovan Mitchell before Donovan's contract extensions. And oh man. Sharife Cooper's number 1. Sharife Cooper is 100% number 1. If you're a Jazz fan, you're cheering for one of those 3 guys. Or here's something that the Jazz have also discussed about doing. And here's my number 4 on what things I want to happen. Trade out of 30. Trading out of 30 is not something that I'm opposed to at all with the Utah Jazz in this draft. At all. I really actually would be happy if we traded out of 30 if we couldn't get those guys. There's nobody else that I really look at and I'm like, wow, he really stands out to me. Those three guys, they really stand out to me. But the problem with not getting anywhere in the playoffs again and having the best record in the NBA is now we're slated at pick number 30 with not much leverage to do anything, right? So if we can't get what we want, let's trade out of them. Let's trade Bojan Bogdanovic. Let's explore something like that. Let's get some assets for the future. Y'all, we don't have a lot of first-round picks, second-round picks, right? We don't over the next couple years. We don't. And that's just reality. So trading out at 30, if we can't get somebody we want, let's even package in there Derek Favors. Bojan Bogdanovic, clear some extra money to make sure we re-sign Conley. Maybe get somebody else if we want to. And really build a championship contender. I'm telling you, I would trade Derek Favors and the 30th pick for some other picks in future drafts or even a solid player, that's going to help us become more of a championship contender. Because if we're going to be honest, if we never win the West in these next 5 years with Donovan Mitchell as his contract goes into effect this season. So we got him for 5 more years. So we got him locked in through 2026. If the Jazz don't make it to the finals in those 5 years, let's be real. Do you really think he's going to stay, guys? No, he's not. The time is now to start building a championship contender. We thought we had it last year. Clearly, there were pieces missing. Clearly. It showed when Kawhi Leonard, with the tied series 2-2, went out and we lost 2 in a row. It was clear that then the Jazz had some adjustments to do this offseason. And it's time to put that into effect now. And it starts on Thursday night during the draft, and we will be live, so hopefully you guys tune in. It starts now. We have to start now building back better because we only got so much time. I'm letting y'all know that. We only got so much time. Mitchell can easily, in his second or third year, ask for a trade. Not saying he will, but the mentality has to be win now. Win now. So if you have to trade up and get Davion Mitchell, Ayo Dosunmu, or Sharife Cooper, then you do that. And we got tons to talk about in free agency. Free agency is something big, and we're going to dive into that after Thursday draft, starting on Friday. Daily free agency videos. What we need to happen with, I know Derek Favors not a free agency, but, he directly involved in it. If we trade him, now we have more room. Georges Niang, Mike Conley, Trent Forrest, Azubuike, Ersan Ilyasova. Plenty of questions to talk about on free agency, but the Jazz offseason begins now in daily videos. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Just wanted to get out a video today. Top 5, I wouldn't say players because I gave out 4. 5 things that I'd like the Jazz to do during this draft. They've got 5 options. They better get one of them done. I'm going to say. And if I'm telling you, they get one of the 3, I am going to be ecstatic. Or if they do the 4th option. If they really can't mess up the draft unless they just draft someone like Azubuike like they did last year. Then I'm going to be upset. But listen, Jazz Nation, there's a lot to look forward to. I appreciate if you stayed to the end of the video. I know this is not like the greatest well-put-together video. It's not as easy when I don't got Blake here. But it's going to be a fun offseason. We're going to have fun with it. Daily videos until the Jazz season begins. Hope you guys enjoyed. Smash the like, hit that subscribe button if you are new. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to begin the 2022 NBA Championship push. Y'all have a great day.